What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the weekly energies for all signs Aries through Pisces for the week of August the 11th through August the 17th. I finally remembered to take down the week before I start the video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Also, I have some cards that I forgot I had. I had these for years. They're mostly meditation cards or whatever, but I will pull one of these cards for the collective and also read a message for you guys that will, tie this whole reading up into a little bow. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. What's coming up for Aries through Pisces for the week of August the 11th through the 17th. Also, Mercury retrograde is over for you guys by the time you're watching this. However, I will say there is a shadow period that we are still in. I think the shadow period ends on August the 25th. We also still have some very funky transits going on, which is Mars in Libra opposing Neptune and Saturn in Aries. So just keep that in mind. Just take your time when still making decisions and, allow Mercury to get back into his groove of things, but also throughout the funky astrology, just be sure to remain, within your power or remain peaceful. Try to remain peaceful because, Lord. Anyway, what's coming up for all signs Aries through Pisces for the week of August the 11th through August the 17th, 2025? What is it that they should know? What is it that they should know for all signs Aries through Pisces for the week of August the 11th through August the 17th? Three more shuffles. What's coming up for all signs August 11th through the 17th, Aries through Pisces? Two. What's coming up for all signs August 11th through the 17th? Collective, what? I sense that there may be a lot of endings going on, but I keep seeing it at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Swords, Death card, Five of Wands. Yeah, I do sense that, but let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what's coming up for Aries for this week? Something's getting revealed, Aries. What's coming up for Aries this week? Okay, something's getting revealed. Something that was hidden is getting revealed. But you may be also releasing yourself from something. I don't think you feel as though you can make something work. Why the High Priestess here? Why the High Priestess reverse is here? Why the High Priestess reverse here? Something isn't closing out, or something... I think you're finding out that you're unable to make a decision. Your hands are tied behind on something. Something is unable to close out. Why is the moon here? It's still like it's still hidden. Hidden lack. Why is the Magician reverse here? Why the Magician reverse? Okay. Yeah. What's the High Priestess here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Something's unable to end because you're unable to make a decision at this time. And I also think that there may be some unfinished business that's going on. Also, I do see the Six of Swords here being clarified by the Magician. I think you just feel as though you cannot make something work at this time, and whatever the situation is causing more lack, or it's making you feel left out in the cold. Unconsciously or consciously, you may feel this, and it may be confusing to you right now because you did pull the moon upright. But I think something's getting revealed to you this week that you're unable to make a decision, or you're unable to really close something out. And you may actually just decide to cut your losses. I think, who is this King of Swords here? There's a King of Swords here. It probably was someone that you was trying to make work with. You was trying to like be patient with this person or this thing, this situation, but it's been leaving you out of the cold. You probably was dealing with an attached energy. It seemed like you were just fighting to like stay, or like fighting to like at least see a different perspective on this situation, but it just seems as though you're coming to your wits' end when it comes down to this. You may not know this. It may just be something that's playing in the background of your mind, that this person or this thing is not really helping you, and you may be deciding to just throw your hands up and move away from it. That's what I see here for you, Aries. I know that that was a strange message, but I do sense that like you're just unable to make a decision, but you also unconsciously know that something is like leaving you high and dry, and you're wanting to move away from, like throw your hands up and move away from it. That's what I get for you this week. All right, High Priestess, something may get revealed though. Something may get revealed about this, so yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled. What's coming up for Taurus? You're determined. What's coming up for Taurus this week? What's coming up for Taurus this week? You're holding back. Like, I think you're stuck. You're being stubborn. You're holding back, but you also want to move forward. You move towards something. You're determined to make something work. You're determined to make something work, is what I sense. And you're holding on to that idea or that thing that you want to work. What's the Nine of Wands here? You're determined to make something shake for yourself. And you're doing it in a way of like your steady determination. Like you want to get your 10 of Cups. You're being persistent. And it's not like you're off kilter or some shit. You're just mainly like, you're basically making sure that you get your cup. You get your whole package. And you're seeing, like, I think you're not really falling to emotion. You're just mainly into action at this time when it comes down to the same. Why is the Eight of Wands here? Either you or somebody wants to make something work, like you're determined to make something work and be patient with this thing. But on the other end, it may be communicated that someone, either you or this person, want to get out of something because it's constant, like, and move away from the drama. Like, it may be communication that come through about this, and you may feel as though your hands are tied, or this person may feel as though their hands is tied when it comes down to the situation. But there is going to be communication that comes about with a person that wants to release themselves from the drama of the situation. But you, on the other hand, you or this person may feel determined to make something work, and you're trying to hold space for this thing to work. But communication may come through to you to let you know that. What else is this communication about? What's the Eight of Wands here? One more card. I think, yeah, you wanted to make it work, but someone may decide to not. Okay, this was on his side. Ow. Okay, someone don't want to work on this anymore. They no longer want to be in limbo in regards to the situation. Either you or this person, like you, and it could be you. You probably tried to make it work. You tried to give it time to fix itself. But I think at this time, you're just like, fuck this. I don't want to work on this anymore. And I'm going to release myself from this because it's drama. It's just drama filled. It's someone probably from the past you hold fond memories of. But I think it's just something that you just feel as though you want to get yourself out of this week. You or this other person that I may be channeling in this reading. Someone going to communicate they no longer want to work on this. Is what I get here for this week for you. That was straight to the point for you, Taurus. All right. Gemini, what's coming up for you? An offer coming in? A work offer possibly coming in for you this week, Gemini. Coming up for you, Gemini. Ooh, wish fulfillment. Offer of love, start of a new cycle. Gemini, you got a good reading. What the hell is this? This is nice. You got the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Cups. It was the shit, I forgot that quickly. Hold on. Oh wait, why is this reverse? Yeah, like you want to work towards something, like an offer coming in, like a work offer that seemed like a wish fulfillment to you, possibly. Why's the Ace of Cups here? That was the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I remember now. Oh my God. And it may be a connection that come through. Like someone's going to offer you their cup of love this week. How sweet. And it's sincere. Oh my gosh. It may be a fire sign. Aries, Sag, Leo. Doesn't necessarily have to be. They could be embodying those energies. Oh wow. That's so cool. Someone may be offering you a cup of love this week. Someone want to work with you on something, if it's not romantic in nature, it is something that is a wish fulfillment for you. Why is the Nine of Cups here? Okay. Keep falling on this side. Keep Queen of Swords reverse. Okay, you're getting out of a waiting mode. You're getting out of waiting mode, but it seemed like it may be delayed communication in regards to this. Why's the Queen of Swords reverse here? Something get revealed. Something gets revealed. Oh my card, why the Nine of Cups here? It's an offer that's coming in, but there may be somebody. Okay, let me read this as something separate. There may be somebody that was not being honest with you in regards to something and it gets revealed to you this week as well. Some type of injustice. Something that was not fairly given to you. Okay, I can read it as this. An offer that was once put on the back burner or you was passed up on may be coming back around to you this week. And it's a wish fulfillment for you. But something that was, the scales will be balanced, or the scales, something gets revealed about someone that was not honest, or someone that was not really communicating with you in regards to something. One more card. Why is the Queen of Swords reverse being clarified by the moon? Now is the Queen of Swords reverse being clarified by the moon? Okay. Third party situation. Lack of coming together. You must have been passed up on something, or someone had, yeah, you must have been passed up on something, and that offer is coming back around to you, and it's a wish fulfillment. Now, a third party, like, don't take it. It can be a lack of coming together with people when I pull the Three of Cups, but I also see, like, you know, it could be a third party that gets revealed, and someone wasn't being honest with you in regards to that. And yeah, someone was not being honest. I think you were healing because of this though. Like, I think you're getting out of this energy though, and you're starting to regain back hope, and you're starting to focus or like work towards like getting your wish fulfilled. I think a wish fulfillment is going to come in for you this week. And whatever was revealed, is this past, upright, yes, reverse, no? No, it's something present. I think it's some, yeah, it's a connection. This may be in regards to a connection, and I think you're feeling more hopeful that this will go better this time around, or the ending of a connection will regain back hope in the situation. But I think it was mainly, this is something that's currently going on. A cycle haven't closed out yet. Someone may be coming back around. Or you may get the truth, like the honest truth. Like if you was, I think if something was messing with you, like what happened, like what genuinely was the point of that, I think you'll get your answer this week. You may get your answer this week, but for the most part, it seems as though something gets fulfilled for you. You're able to look forward to something. It's like you're able to move on now, is what I see here. You're able to move on now, is what I see. But that's what I get for you. That's a beautiful spread, even though that bullshit, I think it was some type of third party, like some type of bullshit that was going on. But aside from that, it seems as though your cup will come in, whatever this is. If you are waiting on an offer from somebody, especially, okay, and I'm gonna just get a little bit like blunt. For those of you that was waiting on an offer from someone that was not honest with you, why are you holding space for someone in your life, or holding space for someone who was clearly not being honest with you, treating you like a second, like treating you like a side? Why is that a wish fulfillment for you? But it's not going to be for everybody. But stand up. I always say, like, stand the fuck up. Like, why are you? Don't accept that for yourself if you was waiting on an offer to come in from somebody that was treating you like garbage or treating you like you was second best. Like, what the fuck? But aside from that, there is an offer coming through to you that is a wish fulfillment. And it may be coming in fast. So open yourself up to it. But just remember what I said. Like, don't ever accept less than what you deserve. The hell? Anyway, beautiful reading, but that was a strange twist. So anyway, Cancer, what's coming up for you, Cancer? You're releasing a burden and keeping your options open. What's coming up for you, Cancer? Yeah, you're no longer trying to. Yeah, you're walking away from drama, the dramatics of stuff this week. You're really making a commitment to just close yourself off from from things that just cause you to feel like a weight is on you. You're no longer trying to fight. You're no longer trying to defend yourself. I think you're mostly trying to like put yourself in a position where it's like, I'm gonna stay drama free. I don't give a fuck what's going on around me. Like, this is not my burden to bear. I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm done. You're walking away from the dramatics of stuff. You're walking away from feeling as though you have to defend yourself and stuff. It's like a burden that's being lifted from you this week. Why's the Ten of Wands reverse? You're wanting to move to greener pastures, to feel more in control. You want to feel more in control now. You no longer want to feel like you're off center. Why's the Seven of Wands here? You must have been fighting, like you're no longer fighting for a connection. Why's the Seven of Wands here? Being clarified by the Two of Cups. Okay, bear with me. I'm trying to get this shit off the fucking thing. It's a connection. It's connection. I think you're no longer trying to fight for a connection with somebody. You're no longer trying to fight with somebody for a connection. Or I can read this another way. You're not going to fight for things that is not giving you the full package. Like, it's not giving you your full, it's not equal give and take. You want to move towards things that is actually more solid in nature. What's the Ten of Wands reverse here? Yeah, you're not, I think this is unexpected. Like, it was a lot of drama that was going on, possibly in the background, and something unexpected will happen. And you having to hold back and just drop it. I think you're going to start trying to go within. You're wanting to move on from a situation is what I see here. You want to move on from a situation. Could be work related. Doesn't necessarily have to be. But I did pull the Five of Wands. Unexpected drama. I think you're wanting to release this. It's a lot of fire here. It's a lot of fire here. You want to release the drama. And actually go towards things that feels easy. Go towards things that actually feel as though like you don't have to force something to work out for you, if that makes sense. One more card as to why the Seven of Wands is here. Okay. Oh, please. All right, my bad. It fell down the stairs, but I pulled the Nine of Wands reverse. A lot of fire energy. You're no longer trying to get in your head about something. It's possibly also in regards to a connection that you once had with somebody, or you're no longer feeling as though the weight is on you in regards to a connection, like y'all getting over the heap of stuff. But it seemed like you're no longer trying to be in your mind over something, like you're just gonna let something flow. Communication may come in from this, but it's a lot of Wands energy. Communication may be coming in, possibly a fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo, Sagittarius at the bottom of the deck. Aries, Sag, Leo. About, it might be in regards to a connection though. Was this in regards to a relationship? Upright yes, reverse no. Yes and no. Oh, this flipped up right. I didn't even know it flipped. There was some deception going on. I think you're moving away from deception. I get that heavily here. Like, you're moving away from stuff that was just like, how can I put this? You're moving away from stuff that was crazy and dramatic in nature. Like, you no longer want to just deal with that. I think you want to focus on yourself this week. Why is the 10, one more card as to why is Page of Wands here? I keep getting drawn to that. Why the Page of Wands is here? Page of Swords. I think you're observing things from afar and you're releasing a burden. I think you're just gonna let stuff unfold naturally before actually putting your hand in the pot. Like, I think you don't want to be a contributing factor to the drama that is going on around you. You just mainly want to just observe and see what's going on. I think that's mostly an effort that you want to make. I do sense you may be trying to end something as well, but I think you're trying to get the full picture before you actually move towards something. You're trying to see through the bullshit. You're trying to see through you're trying to wait until the smoke clears is what I get. And then make a decision on what will work out best for you. What would get you that Two of Cups and that Four of Wands. I see that heavily here is what I sense here. So I think you're mainly just trying to avoid drama, but you're also trying to observe when it's the right time to actually make a change. And also you're trying to see what will give you that Two of Cups and that Four of Wands. 2 + 2 = 4. So I think like you're trying to find what will balance you out too. What will give you that solid foundation. That's what I see here. A lot of fire energy. It might be a lot of like passion, anger going on in this spread. Very interesting reading, Cancer. All right, let's go on to Leo. What's coming up for Leo this week? You're walking away from something. Possibly walking away from confusion, but you're walking away from something to keep your options open, possibly. Coming up for Leo this week. You're holding back. Okay, you're no longer wanting to work on something. I think you're walking away from something that in order to regain back control of a situation, you're moving on. And you pulled your card. This is a Strength card. You're holding back. You're walking away and holding back. I think you're trying to protect your peace. Like, you know how people like hold themselves back and you say, you know what? I'm going to just let whatever the fuck happens. Just let the fuck go. Like, I don't have to constantly respond to everything. I think that's what energy you're in this week. Like, you're no longer feeling as though you have to respond to things. You're just like, it don't need my energy. It don't need my reaction. Why the fuck am I don't have to deal with this. Is what I think you're just trying to steer clear from shit this week. Why the 8 of Cups here? Why is the 8 of Cups here? Yeah, I think you're like you're trying to like make sure that you're not making hasty decisions. You're not moving out of haste. Okay. Something get revealed, like unexpected. Why's the Strength card here? You're holding yourself back from drama. You're holding yourself back from speaking your piece. You're not trying to speak your piece. I think you're just like trying to like avoid hopping into some drama this week. And look away from it. I think you're trying to look away from that drama. Whatever this drama is. You're not trying to like be an active participant in it. Again, why's the moon? Why's the moon reverse here? Why's the moon reverse here? Why the moon reverse here? Why the 8 of Cups being clarified by the moon? You're 2 years like are you dealing with a Cancer? Or do you have Cancer placements? you don't want to work on something. You just stay keeping to yourself and letting the chips fall where it may, and then you're walking away from stuff too. Something that made you feel as though like you had to defend yourself, or like you was constantly in an uphill battle. I think you're just like holding yourself back, like you trying not to hop into drama. You're not, you don't want to be an active participant. You're holding back and walking away and trying to focus on you. You're having to make a decision. An unexpected decision comes up that causes a decision comes about that causes pain, and you're having to retreat back into your shell or retreat back to your own space to get away from this drama, or to get away from this constant uphill battle that you were in. A decision is being made here, an unexpected decision that will cause you to walk away and keep more to yourself. Why the Strength card here? Three of Pentacles. It could be something, you was working with somebody. You're holding back from working with somebody or acting. You're holding back. Like you're lack of expansion, lack of growth. You're pulling yourself away from situations that make you feel as though it's not worth your energy anymore. And there may be an unexpected decision that causes you to walk away from this because you're not getting your whole cup. You're not getting the victory, the recognition that you deserve. Unexpected communication may come through here, is what I get. So that's what I see here. Leo, if you have Cancer placements or have Cancer placements in your Sun, Moon, Rising, I don't necessarily go based off of Venus, but if you have Cancer places in your Sun, Moon, Rising, just be sure to give that a look, because y'all have a similar read. Now, it could be a Cancer that has a Leo Moon or Leo Rising, you know, or Leo placements. It could be something, but that's what I get for you, Leo. All right. Virgo, what's coming up for you, Virgo? What's coming up for you, Virgo, this week? Something unexpected? Something unexpected? Coming up for you, Virgo. Should I take it? What's coming up for you, Virgo? Unexpected. At the bottom of the deck, something unexpected. What's up? Okay, I can read this as many different ways. Something gets you out of your comfort zone. Something gets you out of your comfort zone this week. What's the Queen of Pentacles reverse here? Okay. Something gets you out of your comfort zone. I get that message. I think you was feeling stuck in stagnancy. But something's going to get you out of something. I keep getting that message in my head. Something's going to get you out of your comfort zone. Why is the Hermit reverse here? And you pulled your card. You're the Hermit. The Hermit reverse here. Not a Hermit reverse here. Okay. You may have to make an uncomfortable decision to close out something, but it seems as though you're trying to turn a blind eye, but you're gonna have to make a head over heart decision in order to close out this cycle. I got this message for you before. Go ahead, hurry up and like, well, I can't say hurry because like sometimes, and I do want to say this, it's like sometimes like, you know, when you feel as though someone's in limbo with something, or you feel as though like you're trying to ask yourself, why isn't someone getting out of something? There may be a lot of moving pieces that is going on behind the scenes that contribute to a person not moving as quickly as they want. Like things take time, whether it's like something you want to immediately happen or something that just some stuff just have to fall into place in order for someone to make a very efficient decision for themselves. So it's not as easy. Sometimes it's not as easy to just get up and just do what you have to do until like you don't know. I mean, probably it's like a lesson that is trying to be taught here by the universe, God, the angels, whatever you believe in. It's like sometimes people take more time to make a decision or take more time in situations because that timing there is not, the time there is not complete, if that makes sense. Like, trust me, if something was meant to be ushered out of your life, it will be ushered out of your life with ease. Like, once the lesson or once things are like done, like you will know completely deep down when something is done. So I sense that like you're having to, I think you're still having to wait, or you're getting out of waiting, I should say, because you pulled the Hermit reverse and the Seven of Pentacles, and you're getting out of this disinterested thing. Communication may be coming in from somebody. An air sign does not necessarily have to be. It can be someone embodying that energy, but air signs can also represent communication. Why's the Queen of Pentacles being clarified by the Knight of Swords here? Why's the Queen of Pentacles being clarified by the Nine of Swords here? Knight of Swords. Why's the Queen of Pentacles being clarified by the Knight of Swords? Okay. There's a lack of equal take and a lack of equal give and take in the situation. I think you're getting yourself out of your head and you're wanting to like stop contributing. Like, I think you want to stop that nurturing flow, or that you want to stop yourself from contributing to something that is not contributing back to you in a way that you need it to. It's not helping you to grow in any way, shape, or form is what I see. Also, I do sense that you releasing this will help you regain back your vitality, regain back your happiness and your optimism in the situation. But it seems as though like you're trying to get out of your own way. And okay, what's the Nine of Wands here? Yeah, I think you're determined this time to get yourself out of lack and to stop standing still waiting on stuff to work out for you, or to wait on something to change when it's not making an obvious change. Like you're determined to get out of something. And I think you're slowly but surely, because earth energy can be very slow, but you're slowly but surely like closing yourself off from this thing, and it's putting your determination more so into getting out of a thing. I keep getting survival, like you're trying to get out of this survival mode, or you're just trying to get out of something for self-preservation purposes is what I sense here, because it was draining you, or not like making you feel left out, or making you feel as though you don't have everything that you need, is what I sense here. You're closing yourself out. You're slowly but surely turning back into yourself, like putting your energy and resources back into yourself and committing yourself to walking away from something that is no longer serving you. So that's what I see this week. You're getting out of your comfort zone too. I think this is something that is like you did not think you would have to do, but it's like becoming a lot more evident. I think the sun is shining light on those things that you're wasting your time on, and you're determined to just cut the cord to something this week is what I see here. So that's what I see for you, Virgo. Libra, what's coming up for you? What's coming up for you, Libra? Someone's not communicating? What's coming up for you, Libra? You're starting a new cycle. Oh shit, hold on. I didn't even see the Knight of Swords. After heartbreak, you're starting a new cycle. You're wrapping something up. You're getting out of something. Why's the Page of Swords reverse here? Yeah. You want to set your sights elsewhere. You're releasing yourself from something that you feel as though you can't release yourself from. You're releasing control of a situation. Well, that's the Wheel of Fortune here. Are you deceiving yourself, Libra? Okay, hold on. Are you deceiving yourself? Are you in a cycle of deceiving yourself? I mean, let me get more clarification. Why the Wheel of Fortune here? Well, actually, why the Seven of Swords here? Why is the Seven of Swords here? Clarifying the Wheel of Fortune. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Why the Wheel of Fortune here? I can read this as one of many different ways. I think you're closing out a cycle of deceiving yourself in pain and trying to focus on your wish fulfillment. Why the air energy here? Why the Ace of Cups here? Why the Ace of Cups here? Weird reading, Libra. An offer comes around to you. Okay, take this if it resonates. It may be an offer that you didn't really want. An offer comes around, but it's not giving you what you like, communication about an offer, but it's like an Ace of Pentacles here. The reverse. So it may be an offer that you did not necessarily, you're not getting the exact offer that you want. You may get communication about that offer, possibly a position that you apply for. And it may not be speaking the numbers that you want. You got the Six of Wands reverse. Someone's getting out of like observation and actually going to start communicating with you. But I'm still confused as to why the Seven of Swords here and the Five of Swords here. One more card. What's the Wheel of Fortune here? Because the Wheel of Fortune can be positive, but it can also be negative depending on like the context of it. What's the Wheel of Fortune here? It's a decision. What's the Wheel of Fortune here? Yeah, a deception and lack of growth. Ten of Wands reverse. You need to get out of that cycle of pain and burden. Like, you need to get out of that energy. Why the Wheel of Fortune? Okay. Death upright. Okay, I see the card from far. Okay, I think you're ending a cycle of pain and deception. You're getting out of deceiving yourself in a situation. And you want to move yourself out of lack, possibly. Move yourself out of that lack energy and get out of that painful energy that you was in. It seems as though you wanted to start a new cycle and to start a new cycle and end deceiving yourself and putting yourself in situations that were not savory. Also, it may be like harsh communication that, you know, you're trying to get yourself out of. Harsh, negative self-talk. You're trying to get yourself out of your own way is what I sense here. Like, you're determined, like you're trying to push past those hardships and in those deceiving cycles. You're trying to end those. Hold, please. Okay. So yeah, I pulled the Death card. I went to go get it, but you're ending a cycle. You're ending a cycle of deceiving yourself and putting yourself in harm's way is what I see here this week. And an unexpected opportunity may not be exactly what you think it is. I do want to say that, but why is the Ace of Cups here? Like you was waiting on it. Okay, it's not a stable offer. It's not a stable offer. And I think you may release yourself from that. It's not exactly what you want it to be. And it may be like a boss or someone that is offering you this position. may not feel as in control as you think they do. They're not offering you a stable offer. Is that's what I'm getting. They're not offering you a stable offer. And they may feel like they can't really pull the strings as much as they want. There may be someone that someone of a higher level, authority or whatever the fuck, might feel as though their hands are tied, or feel as though they can't really offer you what you want to get what you want. They feel as though they can't really offer what you want because restriction. They're restricted. They can't really offer you exactly what you want. So just keep that in mind. You may not get the offer that you want in a situation, but also keep in mind that the Emperor reverse being clarified by the Eight of Swords, I think the person genuinely want to offer you what you're asking for, but their hands are tied because they can't really offer you that, if that makes sense. Like they feel as though they're not as in control as you think they are, is what I sense. So that's what I get here. But I sense that you wanted to get yourself out of a painful cycle this week. So that's pretty cool. All right. Scorpio, what's coming up for you, Scorpio? What's coming up for you this week, Scorpio? What messages do I have for you? Drama. Ooh, you pulled the King and Queen of Swords, King and Queen of Wands. And the fact that I said swords, harsh communication between somebody. Drama. Coming up for you, Scorpio, this week. Coming up for you, Scorpio, this week. Oh, shit. Okay. This clear as day. You're not trying to stick around in something no more. You're getting out of a commitment. You're getting out of something. You're making a decision to just, oh, shit. And the way I have these cards positioned, I have the hang. I'll show you. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it, but I have the Hanged Man here floating. Anyway, hopefully I showed that. But anyway, I have the Hanged Man here. Fix it. On top of the Hierophant and the Five of Cups. A commitment that was based off dissatisfaction, like you're not satisfied. You wanted to get yourself the fuck up out of Dodge here. You want to get the fuck up out of something this week. Like you just said, fuck this. Like it's drama. What is this? What is this Five of Wands here? The Five of Wands keep coming out, y'all. Lots of Five of Wands here. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Deception. Damn. Y'all ain't shit. The fuck going on in this fucking spread here? I'm drawn to this knife. Something's coming to an aggressive ending. You may be fighting this ending, but there's deception coming around that causes an ending. So it's a lot of backbiting and bullshit going on in this spread. I think you're not committing to this anymore. Whatever this is, you make a decision to get the fuck up out of there because like in a situation, possibly with a group of people, will make you say, fuck this. And like you see some deception and you're just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to remove myself from the equation because this is not, and you pulled your fucking card. The death card is Scorpio. You're in this spread. You're like, I'm ending this. I'm getting the hell up out of here. I don't have to stay connected to this shit. Something that's not being like, ooh, shit. Ooh, yours are straight. I don't even want to pull more cards. Damn, Scorpio, what the fuck? Shit. Why the Five of Cups reverse here? Shit. Ten of Cups. Something that you once was emotionally fulfilled with is like, I think you was holding yourself back from actually getting what you want. And something gets revealed this week, possibly. All I can say is you're getting the hell up out of something this week, because you see the deception in the situation, and it might be a group of people involved. And with this, it's like you don't want to be a part of it. You're stopping something right in its tracks. You're like, nope, keep me the hell up out of it. I'm signing the fuck out. I'm done. And this situation just disappointed you, because you once thought it was like emotionally fulfilling, but now it's like it's not giving you that anymore. You're straight to the point, Scorpio. Like, you getting the fuck up out of something. You see it, and you're like, you know what? I'm not involved myself. I'm ending this shit right the fuck now. Get me the hell up out of here. I'm done. That's what I sense for you, Scorpio. Damn, that was a fucking read, wasn't it? You're getting out of it. You're removing yourself out of that equation. You say, I'm not involved. Don't involve me. That's what Scorpio said this week. All right, let's do Sagittarius. What's coming up for you, Sag? Hope all is well. What's coming up for you, Sagittarius? Sagittarius, what's coming up for you? Possibly getting out of something. Sagittarius, what's coming up for you this week? What's coming up for you this week, Sagittarius? What's coming up for you this week? You might be into something too. Getting out of something. Ooh, we got the Ten of Cups here. 5 Pentacles at the bottom. What's coming up for you this week, Sagittarius? You closing out things? Okay, I was, kind of right. You're getting out of something. You're getting out of something. You pulled the World card upright in the Ten of Cups. You getting out of something, you're able to reach that fulfillment. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Calm after the storm is what I want to say. The sun is shining on those 10 of Cups. You're feeling more alive. You're feeling more lively. What's the World card here? You got a lot of major arcana here too. Something's revealing. Something gets revealed to you that help you to close out a cycle. You're regaining back strength. You're regaining back that strength in your life. Something's coming. Yeah, something's going to be disclosed that help you to move on. Why the world? Okay, I keep wanting to. Why the Sun card here? King of Wands. Temperance. You're feeling more in your power. You're feeling more in your power this week. This is so beautiful. Why the High Priestess reverse? Death card. Okay. If you were in the dark on whether or not something was deceiving you or something was not fairly done properly, just know that's going to get revealed and help you to move on from a situation. If you felt as though a situation was like you felt undone, like you felt like things did not work out in a way that you thought it would, or you was at the brunt end of that deception or that drama, that is going to get revealed to you. That's been revealed. And it's going to help you to close out that cycle. It's going to help you to close that experience out of your mind. I guess you probably was in your head about something, that something was ruminating in your mind about this thing or whatever this was. And it gets revealed that you weren't crazy in this situation, if that makes sense. Like you were, in fact, you were, I think you were like more so aware than you give yourself credit for. And it's finally going to get revealed, and it's going to help you to feel like you can close it out. Hold, please. The reason I said that was because the death card was at the bottom, like flew down the bottom of the stairs. So I feel as though you're feeling able to close out this thing. Like you felt like you couldn't, like this was a never-ending cycle. You felt as though it was a never-ending cycle. But whatever the cycle is, just know things are getting handled. You'll be able to close it out. That's what I get. And then you'll feel more in your power. You'll feel more lively, and you'll feel like you can go back to your Sag energy, go back to that temperance, that balancing act. Actually get your 10 of Cups this week. That is so beautiful. You and Gemini had a beautiful spread. Except Gemini had that weird ending to it, but yeah. And also I do want to say you're able to look forward to other things now. That's what I get. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Hold, please. All right, I'm back. Change of scenery again. You're in my bedroom now. Welcome. Here go Perugio Tim. Thankfully, I was already ending the Sag reading, so I can go ahead and start the Capricorn reading. See if I can set myself a little bit better than I'm doing now. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. Sorry for the shoddy lighting. Yeah. Anyway, what's coming up for Capricorn this week? The Lovers reverse. Two of Pentacles reverse. You're getting out of a connection. What's coming up for Capricorn this week? Okay. Some type of something was something. Okay, why's the Lovers here? Why the Lovers reverse here? You're getting out of a connection this week. You're releasing yourself from something that you once felt chained to. It's clear as day. You're walking away from something, and it seemed as though something that was once solid on paper was something that was like basically the Five of Swords, like something that was not necessarily what it was. It wasn't what it seemed. And it seemed as though you was stuck between a rock and a hard place, because whatever this Ace of Pentacles was, it really was like a whole, it was, let's see, why the Ace of Pentacles here? It was harsh. Like it, whatever this was, it made you feel as though your hands were tied. You didn't feel as though you had a say over what you were doing. You felt like you was controlled, basically, Capricorn. And that's not like you, because Capricorns love to feel like a boss. So you felt as though your hands were tight, like you couldn't really say as much as you wanted to. You didn't really feel in your energy. You didn't feel in your power. So I do sense that here. I'm gonna cry. Why the Lovers here? You can clarify by the Eight of Cups. You're no longer trying to stay stuck in disappointment. You're no longer trying to feel as though you can't move the way you want to move. So you wanted to release yourself from this disappointment that this connection has caused, just so you could feel more in control and more in your element. Whatever this situation was, it took away from you more so than it gave. And I think you're starting to come to that recognition now. Why is the Judgment card reverse here? Why the Judgment card reverse? World. Why the Judgment card reverse? Burden. You're releasing that burden. Why the Judgment card reverse here, though? Sorry, I hope y'all can see. Why the Judgment card reverse here? Knight of Pentacles, yeah. I feel as though you're slowly but surely making that decision to, something just did not come together, and you're determined. I think you're like slowly but surely making that decision to, or making a game plan to release yourself or get out of something. that you once felt stuck to. Is what I see here for you, Capricorn, this week. Hopefully you can hear me. The ceiling fan is going, so please bear with me on this. All right. That's what I see here this week for you, Capricorn. I'm going to try and wrap this up as soon as possible. All right. Aquarius, what's coming up for you this week? You're resting. Okay, I think you may be in observation mode this week too. Why the Four of Swords here? You feel stuck? I think you feel as though you have no choice but to rest because you don't feel as though you can move. And it may be in regards to a connection. I think you're trying to take space out because like take time out to rest and recalibrate. Because it feels as though your hands are tied too. Why the King of Swords here? Why the King of Swords here? King of Pentacles. I think you're trying to detach yourself from this and just think logically about this. Why's the King of Swords here? One more card. Why the King of Swords here? Yes, you're trying not to do stuff in haste. I think you're trying to see what your next plan is. Which route you need to go in order to become independent of the situation that you were in. Because it feels as though like you're not really able to really make a decision right now. And I think you're waiting on a perfect opportunity to make the decision. So you're just going to go within yourself. I think you're just going to slowly but surely just pull back your energy and just go into thinking mode or like your mental mode and try to make sure you properly assess situations so you can balance yourself out. Why the Eight of Swords here? What they feel stuck over? What's the Eight of Swords here for? It probably may be a connection. What's the Eight of Swords here? Why's the Eight of Swords here? Yeah, you don't feel as though you can move. You don't feel as though you can move as freely as you want. So I think you're trying to figure out what your options are. So you can't, like, you're just trying to figure out, you're trying to figure out a game plan here. And then make that decision. Because your hands are tied. You can't move, like, I asked why the Eight of Swords here. You don't feel as though you can move as freely right now. Or you can't make reckless decisions. So before you make any decision, you're trying to make sure that you balance out and make sure that the decisions is coming from a stable place versus a place of haste and a place of like imbalance and a place of like rushing, if that makes sense. So I think you're going to tune into yourself a little bit more this week. Like you're going to start to get more into your energy this week. Just so you can make the perfect decision that is best for you. One more card as to why the Four of Swords is here, please. Too many cards. It could be in regards to work. It could be in regards to work. It could be in regards to work. You probably feel as though your hands are tied, like you can't really do much because of it's possibly your job. But eventually, I think that's what you're trying to figure out. Communication may come through, but you're trying to figure out what is the best move for you. You're trying to decide what it is that you need to do in order to secure yourself properly. Is what I see here. Secure, like you're trying to secure yourself. Is what I see here. So that's what I get for you, Aquarius. I'm sorry I'm rushing through these readings, but hopefully you can still hear me. I hope you can still hear me because the speaker is on the thing. We'll see. Hopefully I can. All right. Pisces, what's coming up for you this week? Communication comes through. Why the Queen of Swords? Communication comes through, or someone's... Okay. Pisces, you see the same energy for you with Cancer and all those other people. Deception comes out, but there's going to be hopeful communication that changes the tide in this situation. Why the Queen of Swords here? Why the Queen of Swords reverse? King of Wands reverse. Someone was not being honest with you. Not being truthful. There was a lack of truth in the situation. Something's unable to end because of this lack of truth. Or you're trying, like, it was a lot of drama that was causing this to not end. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, like you felt left out in the cold by somebody. Somebody who was not reliable. An asshole, possibly. Not truthful. Why the Sun card here? Seven of Swords reverse. Something gets revealed. I do see this. You know, when the sun is shed light upon something, it's going to get revealed to you some type of deception that was trying not to show his hand. But it's going to be shown to you that this deception is like, it's not in your head. I think it's going to get revealed this week. Light's going to be shed upon. Like you're going to get a aha moment is what I get. Why's the Death reverse here? Page of Wands. Okay, don't take it if it don't resonate. It may be someone, like a child involved in this situation. I got the word custody, but please, I got the word custody, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It came to my mind. Why did King of Wands reverse here? Someone's gonna be harsh. Some harsh communication may come through from somebody about some type of ending. Some type of ending. And they're not really honest people. They're not really good people, but it's gonna be some. You may become independent of the situation, but right now stuff is just playing out. And one more card by the Sun here. Children may be involved because I also forgot that the Sun represents children. So you might be getting out of waiting mode. Like something's going to get shown to you that makes you feel like, okay, I no longer have to deal with this. But something's going to get revealed to you this week. Is what I see here. Children may be involved. So this may be in regard, I keep getting the word custody. It does not necessarily have to be. Someone may be an asshole about something. I do sense it's a lot of harsh communication going back and forth in regards to this. But something's not able to come to a resolution because of whatever is involved. Kids are involved. But some light's going to be shed upon this situation, so don't worry about that. Okay, I'm just channeling. I don't know what the fuck I'm channeling, but anyway. What's their advice? I know I didn't do that, but what's their advice for Pisces? Hold back. Fill your own cup. Hold back. Don't put yourself in unnecessary drama this week. And move on. Like move towards something. If you have something on your mind that you want to move towards, like don't hold yourself back from it. But hold back from giving your energy as well. Like it's about balancing yourself out. But I do sense you want to move towards something. Don't move towards things that is not giving you what you need in the situation is what I get. So that's what I get for you, Pisces. I'm sorry, that was a weird read, Pisces, but that's what I get. Okay. So now, with that being said, let's go ahead and do the collective message for this week. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know, because like the speaker, I'm sorry y'all. Anyway, all right. Give me a collective message for all signs this week. Give me a collective message for all signs for the week of August the 11th through the 17th. Can you give me a collective message for the week of August 11th through the 17th? What is a message I can give to the collective this week? 1. Okay. 2. 3. Alright, can you give me a collective message for all signs that I read for this week? Drama. There's a lot of drama going on this week, y'all. A lot of drama going on this week. That makes you want to lose hope in something. What's coming up for the collective this week? Can you give me a card for a collective message? Oh, man. Okay. Okay, I feel as though your hands are tied. I got this before y'all last time. You may have to sit in observation mode a little bit longer until the smoke clears, until the fog clears. There may be multiple people involved in the situation that you may not know of, but it seems as though you want to get yourself out of your head this week because you're no longer interested in moving towards something. You're just no longer interested in participating in something like this. This may be in regards to a job. Does not necessarily have to be. Why the 5 of Wands here for the collective this week? This situation is not making you happy. Is really, and it may be in regards to a job. There may be some workplace drama going on. Does not necessarily have to be, but this is causing you to like lose your drive for this particular thing that you're involved in. Like this is not good. I'm sorry. Anyway, why's the 6 of Swords reverse here? It's in regards to a connection. Like you feel as though you can't close this out. Like you're still having to wait. Now, I will say this. The Hangman is right underneath the 6 of Swords. So it seems as though you're having to gain a new perspective in regards to this connection or this thing that you're committed to before you close out a cycle. Why the 4 of Cups here? You know, it's like you're going back and forth in your mind, trying to figure out if this particular thing is what you want to commit to. Like something's putting a bad taste in your mouth and you're just going back and forth. It's like, okay, I'm no longer interested in this. So do I want to put my efforts toward this anymore, or do I want to move on with myself? Like move on. I think you're still trying to gain that clarity in regards to something because it's not making you feel balanced. It's not making you feel like in harmony with things. You're going back and forth in your mind in regards to what you want to do with this. Why the 9 of Swords reverse? You want to get out of your head though. I do sense that. And you want to put more effort towards yourself this week. You want to get out of your headspace. But it seems as though you're just, because the smoke hasn't cleared, I think you're trying to wait until you get that perspective before you put yourself in this mental anguish over the situation that you're in. One more card, please. Why is the 5 of Wands here? It's in regards to a connection, y'all. I get this. It may be in regards to a connection that you lost spark to. It's a lot of drama and multiple people may be involved too in this situation. There's a lot of people in this spread. But it's in regards to a commitment. Also, it can represent higher learning and constitutions, the Hierophant. So it could be in regards to like job, connections with people, groups, organizations. I think you're waiting on the smoke to clear. You're waiting on the smoke to clear is what I get here. What's their advice? Stop replaying the disappointment in your mind. Lots of 5 of Cups for their advice. Yeah, stop. Just, like you don't have the full picture yet. Yeah. In that. Go ahead and did it. In that, like, get out of your mind. Like, you don't have the full answer. You don't have the full picture. So there's no need to ruminate on something you don't have the full perspective to. If you don't get that perspective, There's no need to put yourself through this. There's no need to put yourself through this. Focus on your growth. Justice is going to be restored in this situation, whether you think so or not. Justice is going to be it's going to be restored, and it's going to help you to start small and build yourself back up. You're going to be able to build yourself back up after this. So just be patient. Wait until the smoke clears, and try not to involve yourself in it. Is what I get here for you guys. So that's what I see for the collective this week. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's a change of scenery multiple times, but I hope you can hear me for the last few messages. But aside from that, I did want to pull some other cards, but I guess I'll do that next week. So thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, goodbye.